What's up, DC Nation? Welcome back to another video on a Batman the Animated Series. This is another episode of this series that I do on this channel called BTAS Recap Reviews, and the episode we're checking out today is Harley and Ivy, the famous, iconic episode that really introduced this big relationship. And Harley is like, "Hey, we have to get away from Batman." Joker's like, "Hey, but you actually cost my pretty much my chance to kill the Batman." And Harley's like, "I thought it was pretty funny that when you shot it said bang." And me, I thought it was funny too. But still, and the other henchmen laugh, but that's when Joker just kicks her out, pretty much kicks her out and says, "You try your own, to do your own gang in Gotham City on your own. Like, pretty much go out on your own, see if you can make it big." And Harley's like, "I will, I'll prove it to you." But then she's like, "Man, I already miss him." So it just shows that Harley can't really live without the Joker. Now, obviously, we see in recent comic books, like for the past few years, that Harley's been on her own, right? But in this past, like in Batman the Animated Series, the whole series, and even the new adventures, one big episode, Mad Love, shows that Harley will do anything to appease the Joker. Like, she'll go through pain, and that's what happens next, guys. Is we see Harley, she goes out and do her own stuff. She goes out to steal that diamond that Joker and Harley go and steal at the beginning of the episode. Now she gets there, she's actually doing a really good job. But Poison Ivy shows up and blows the cover, right? Cops show up, Renee Montoya, and Poison Ivy and Harley meet, right? And Harley's like, "Hey, you just blew our cover," but then they barely get away, and they make it back to like Poison Ivy's like hideout, this like toxic land, right? And it's just filled with poison plants and stuff. They make it back, and Poison Ivy gives her like a needle, like she actually gives her like a shot, Harley, right? Because Harley can't last in the same place as Poison Ivy will, because Poison Ivy is used to these poisonous plants, where Harley isn't. So Poison Ivy is giving her this antidote, and Harley's like, "Man, I don't like needles. You'd think that I would be pretty much used to pain after all the time I've been with Mr. J." And it's a really great line, but it gets better, guys. You have Poison Ivy, and she's like, "Why are you still with that guy?" And Harley's like, "Well, he might be a little, like, crazy at times and furious to me, but my Mr. J loves me, really." And how she says it just shows how much of a doormat she is. Like, she just gets pretty much walked all over. And actually, Poison Ivy then says, she's like, "Yeah, you're pretty much a doormat. Your middle name should be Welcome. Harley, Welcome, Quinn." I can see that. Actually kind of rings. I'm not gonna lie, it kind of rings. But still, we see that, and Harley and Poison Ivy, they go out to do some heists, right? They start becoming friends. You see them attack all these different, like this men's club, throw different things, take them down, and they're pretty much showing that, hey, women can do stuff too. Women can be great supervillains too. It spreads across Gotham, showing like the queens of crime, and they're doing a great job, right? Batman catches on to this though, because what happens is, so Harley and Ivy, they actually meet up in like the street with these some like teenager guys in Gotham who are trying to hit on them, but then Harley then goes to shoot him, and Poison Ivy says, "Oh, that's great," but as they drive away, you see Batman. He's just watching them. So Batman's catching on to this, but before we get back to the Joker, right? We see this great scene where Harley and Poison Ivy are inside the hideout, right? And Harley's just drawing pretty much Joker's face with the food that she got. And she's like, "Man, I miss him. I wish he was here." And Poison Ivy's like, "Stop it. You don't miss him. Just be independent." It shows that Harley cannot be independent. But Joker is like, "Hey, I just want to check up on you. You're still mad at me?" And she's like, "No, I'm not mad at you." And Harley's like, "Hey, hope to see you soon. Pretty much my one friend that I'm hanging out with is actually coming. She doesn't want me to talk to you." And Joker's like, "Yeah, sooner than you think." So Joker's actually pretty much tracing your call, and Joker with his henchmen go to take down Poison Ivy and Harley. Well, take down Poison Ivy, but pretty much take back Harley Quinn. What we see is that Batman tracks all this. He's actually with Alfred. He's looking through this, and he's trying to figure out, okay, I gotta stop these two women. Now, he shows up to the hideout, Poison Ivy. He shows up in this whole mask. It looks like a dope costume, but Poison Ivy and Harley instantly take him out. Easy. And then we see him actually get dumped into like this river, this toxic river, without the mask that was protecting him, created by Alfred himself. But before he's dumped into the water, we actually see this actually great quick scene that Batman straps to the thing, and Poison Ivy's like, "Did you really think it'd be two women that would pretty much end you, kill you?" And Batman's like, "Man or woman, sick minds can do anything." And it's a really great line, because Batman doesn't care if you're a woman, a man, whatever you are. But you're getting his way, and you're doing some bad things, and he's gonna stop you. But he gets put into this river. That's when Harley and Poison Ivy are like, "Wait, did we leave the lights on?" They get back in, there's Joker. And Harley immediately goes to Joker, is like, "Hey, you're back, you found me." And Poison Ivy's like, "Man, what the heck? Like, I just went through all this, and you're just going back to him?" And what happens is that Joker's like, okay, I'm gonna pretty much take what you guys have, what you guys got, all the stuff. He gets out of the river, and then we have this clash between Joker and the Batman. Now what we see is Batman and Joker, they start fighting. Joker's heads are actually shooting at Batman and are actually pretty much hitting like these certain tanks around like this whole hideout, right? And you see explosions, all this stuff. Batman and Joker are fighting. Such a great scene. Batman takes out the Joker. I really like this scene because yeah, it's a cool action sequence for one, and it's just always great to see Batman versus the Joker. But that's what Batman has Joker down and he takes him away. But you're probably like, okay, Poison Ivy and Harley get away. And Poison Ivy and Joker are both mad at the Harley because Harley can't choose a side. And that's how the episode ends. And this whole episode is just showing that Harley is stuck in the middle. She loves Joker, even though he gives her a lot of pain. She likes Poison Ivy, but she likes Joker more. So she's in the middle of this all, but I do really like how this episode develops Harley Quinn, how she gets a friendship with Poison Ivy. Joker's amazing in this episode, like all his lines are perfect. And the Batman is great, even though Batman's not in a lot, he fits into it very well. This isn't really a Batman episode. Yes, it's a Batman the Animated Series, but it's more a Poison Ivy and Harley episode. Now guys, one more thing that I want to address though, right? The car. Alright, the car is actually a big deal because they drive around this car. It's like a pink car, and that pink car actually showed up in the end of Harley Quinn Season 2. At the end of Harley Quinn Season 2, you see Poison Ivy and Harley just driving away as the cops are going after them, and they're in that same car, right? And I actually didn't catch it the first time I watched that season finale. And you guys, if you're wondering my thoughts on the whole Harley Quinn DC Universe show, I actually have reactions of the entirety of Season 2 that you guys should check out in the description below. I actually put in the description because I actually had a lot of fun doing those reactions. I know a lot of guys like that, and I love the finale. It's a great finale. I'm looking forward to Season 3. But still, that finale, how it ended, calling back to this episode, just shows how important this episode is in the relationship between Harley and Poison Ivy. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much my thoughts on this episode. It really develops the relationship very well. We have Joker, we have Batman, we have all these characters, Renee Montoya, and the animation as well. The animation actually look really good. The animation does. The pacing is good. We get a lot of content in a 22-minute episode. So overall, guys, I'm going to give this episode a 9 out of 10. I definitely recommend you should check it out if you're really getting into the Batman the Animated Series. But guys, so the review out of the way, let's check out the DC Comics that came out this week. Now, first off, we got Batman 3 Jokers, #1. The comic we've been waiting for 5 years. It's written by Jeff Johns, drawn by Jason Fabok, and this issue pretty much shows the whole concept of the 3 Jokers pretty much unraveled. We start to see all these clues, everything get revealed. Now, obviously, there's more questions that are pretty much arise in opening the issue, but this is a definitely recommended issue, guys. You should definitely check it out. It's a masterpiece. If you haven't seen my review on it yet, you can check it out, but I'm just gonna blatantly say, buy this comic, buy it in print, buy it in digital. It's one of the best comics of the year. You don't want to miss out on this one. Now, another comic coming out this week is Flash #760, which is Finish Line Part 2. Now, we got Max Mercury, Impulse, Jesse Quick, Jay Garrick, we got Wallace West, we got Avery Ho, we got Iris West, we got Flash, we got Reverse Flash, we have the whole Legion of Zoom, and we got Inertia. So many different Flash characters from throughout the years in this issue, and you're a big Flash fan, you don't want to miss out on this issue. Buy it, guys. Check it out. Now, another issue coming out this week is Detective Comics #1026, a Joker War tie-in that shows Batman versus Killer Croc. Now, it's set right after the opening of Joker War Part 1, Batman #95. So you wonder, what was Batman doing in Gotham City after he escaped the clowns, and how's he meet up with Killer Croc? Then check out this issue. Now, we got another Joker War tie-in coming out this week with Red Hood Outlaw #48. Now, what is Red Hood doing this entire Joker War event? What has he been doing? How is Punchline and Dickie Boy, aka Dick Grayson, factor into this issue? And how's Red Hood's storyline lead into Nightwing #73? Find out those answers in this issue. Now, one more Joker time for you this week. We got Batgirl #48, which starts out a new storyline called Gordon's Never Give Up. Now, we got James Gordon Jr. and Commissioner Gordon back in the spotlight, and Barbara Gordon, how last issue ended with her bleeding on the ground, the Joker. How does she get out of this? And how does Luke Fox come back? And what's the mystery that is brewing in Gotham City? Now, another issue coming out this week is Suicide Squad #8. Now, with this series ending soon, you should still check out the ending of it, because Tom Taylor's been doing a great job in the series, and we see some of the new characters fleshed out in this issue. And also, this issue sets up next issue, which is the death of Deadshot, so you don't want to miss out on this issue. But guys, another issue coming out this week is Bound Beyond #46. Now, we can see this whole story arc with Bound Beyond. We got Damian Wayne, we got the new pretty much female Batman Beyond, and this storyline's been really good so far. If you're a big Batman Beyond fan, then check out this issue. Now, the last issue coming out this week is Teen Titans Annual number 2. Now, find out how this new direction for Damian Wayne is pretty much carved, and see the confrontation between father and son, Batman and Robin. And will Damian Wayne be Robin by the end of this issue? Find out if you buy the book and check it out. Now guys, that's pretty much all the DC Comics coming out this week. In the comment section below, tell me which comic we'll be buying first, which one you most hyped for. Like, the issues are already out, so you go check them out. I'll actually have my reviews in the cards above and the descriptions below, so you can check them out and see my opinions on it. But also guys, in the comment section below, tell me your thoughts on this episode of Batman the Animated Series, Harley and Ivy. One of the best episodes, a really great episode that shows Harley and Ivy's relationship, and I'd like to know you guys' thoughts down below. If you guys like the video, give a big thumbs up on YouTube channel, make subscribe to my next BTAS recap review. And yeah guys, thanks for watching, and peace out.